Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Wuzzy. خیلی خری، خر خدا.
Sárga bögre, görbe bögre.
Whoa, sárga
Sziasztok! Elérkezett számunkra az év egyik legszebb pillanata, amikor is a Protest the Hero tiszteletét tette a hajón, és tudtunk velük forgatni, ugyanakkor egy nagyon szomorú hírt is közölnünk el veletek. Zár a Miki mókatára, ennyi volt a munka mára, vagyis hogy erre az évre biztos, ugyanis technikai jogok miatt a 2-4 sajnos szünetelni kényszerül, úgy néz ki. Hát mit lehet még ezt hozzáfűzni, Danikám?
Csúcson kell abba hagyni, úgyhogy most inkább egy kis szünetre megyünk. És na most nézzétek inkább az interjút, aztán majd valamikor.
Még műsor után egy-két szót váltunk, nézzétek addig meg.
What do you think the best thing about being in your band is?
Nobody takes anything too seriously. There's a lot of like bands that we've toured with, and they take themselves so seriously, and they take like everything so fucking seriously, and it's just like it's a joke, you know. The music industry, the life of a band is very short, so it's like enjoy it while you're doing it. I guess we get to travel around the world and sample beer in many different countries.
On this tour, do you have quarrels with the other bands?
No, we get along perfectly with all of them. We were worried because all the bands are just like dun, 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 and we're kind of just like, ooh, baby. So we were worried that people were just gonna be like, who are these fucking homosexuals coming on here? But everyone's been fucking super nice, so it's good. You spend that much time with each other, and the band that lays together stays together. Now, sometimes I think about how much easier life would be if we just jerked each other's dicks off in the van or something, All of a sudden, we're like, oh, we have a 16-hour drive, don't even worry about it. I'm going to pop my rocks off a few times. But, it hasn't happened yet.
What is the mood like in the band right now?
It's good, We fart a lot. We, I don't know, we just get drunk and laugh, and we're all high spirit. Actually, after long tours, I know who farted by the smell of it. It's awful. Like, sometimes they fart in my hair, like bare ass, and I can feel my hair parting. Other times they'll just open up my bunk and fart into the bunk, and I'll be sleeping, and I'll just wake up. I'm like, what's that terrible smell? Oh, someone's been farting. The guys from Unearth said that if you fart in someone's eye, they'll get pink eye. So we tried it out, and so far that myth has been busted. You can fart in your eyes and not get pink eye.
Can you get drunk every day?
Yeah, I certainly do. I don't know if I should, but I do.
And how do you get along with drugs?
A couple people do them. There's no hard drugs going around the tour or anything like that. It's mostly just weed, hash, mushrooms, stuff like that. Okay. So it's not like fucking Motley Crue after parties. We're not crucifying people and doing coke off their cocks and shit.
Do you have an opportunity to get drunk every day?
Very slowly. See, I get to the venue and I don't have very much to do, so I start drinking very early in the day. And, I'm not just throwing them back, but by the end of the night, I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday we were in Italy, for example, and some people brought some wine, and then we had some wine, and we had some beer, and we have whiskey and tequila and gin. And a whole ton of vodka left over from Russia. So as you see, very slowly, yeah. I mean, or very quickly sometimes you get pretty drunk. I also get pretty stoned all the time too. Certainly like smoking weed. I'm Canadian after all. We have a reputation to uphold. Some places have been more difficult to find than others, but usually I like to think I have a green aura about me, you know, where if I just walk into the audience, somebody wants to smoke up, and that's great. I have no problem throwing myself at the mercy of their hospitality.
How do you prepare for a show?
I like to have a cigarette and about 4 or 5 beer, and then a shot of whiskey. I get drunk.
What pills do you take to remember all these complex stuff in your songs?
I don't know. I'll take whatever you've got, really. To be honest with you. In the case of the Matrix, they take the blue pill. Our rhythm section, so me and the drummer smoke a lot of weed, so sometimes we'll just get rip-roaring high, I should say. I was going to say drunk. Rip-roaring high, stoned to a henge, and we'll play a little bit behind the beat. But the key is not to think about it too much. If you think about playing the part, you're going to screw it up. So I learned in studio that if I'm having difficulty playing a part, I should stand on one leg. And whenever I stand on one leg, immediately I'm thinking about something else, and then all of a sudden I can play the part. So it might not look too cool, but you know, at least the job gets done.
Why did you choose to make a video in the Hungarian house in Toronto?
Certainly was raised on goulash, though. I think it's delicious. The guy who produces our records is Hungarian, and we were looking around in like different areas where we could shoot the video, and we saw the Hungarian place. So we thought it would be, representative of how we recorded the record to have like a Hungarian-themed video. This is a beautiful little mural scape of Budapest, and when I came here, I didn't know if people were going to pick up on that fact, but apparently everyone did. So it's nice to know. I think we've sort of rallied up a sense of Hungarian pride in people. That's lovely.
So if you could fuck a cartoon star, who would that be?
That's a great question. Sometimes I kind of think Marge Simpson is really hot. But then I'd also like to go back and like get a classic like Betty Boop, you know? Just got those big cans bouncing around. Penguin situation. The penguin situation? There's a penguin situation? Are they going extinct, those little fuckers? Well, I hope they don't die out. I think they're definitely the classiest animal in the kingdom, and certainly the best dressed. And Morgan Freeman seems to like them, so it's okay with me.
When was the last time you were ashamed of yourself?
About 10 minutes ago. I'm ashamed of myself right now. Believe me, when I'm home, I don't look or smell like this, or talk like this. I dropped a foul amount of fecal matter into a toilet just over there. There were a bunch of people around, and it smelled awful. I was quite ashamed.
Describe your music, what would that be?
Booze, bee-hotches, anal sex, circus, that's a hyphenated word, homoerotic, bestiality, and bromance. They were all with bees, but anal sex. I could have said butt sex, but I wasn't thinking.
What would make you a completely happy person?
I don't know. Maybe some Valium. Maybe an antidepressant. It would take drugs for me to be a completely happy person.
If you could change one thing on Earth, what would that be?
One thing about on Earth I would change.
Well, I guess I'll take this seriously. I would encourage people to relax a little bit and take a joke. Because I think the world would be a better place if we could make racist jokes and sexist jokes and homophobic jokes and people realize that they're just jokes, Who cares? I would broadcast my mantra of who cares across the entire world and just sort of subscribe to this general apathy, general indifference, You don't need to take things too personally. I like to do little jest things like that, partly to entertain myself and sometimes to entertain the audience. I think it's kind of a funny one, like, I'm not working very hard doing this. I can yawn, and sometimes I twiddle my thumbs and... Show you a disco dance? Well, I'm personally fond of this one. This is the one that sends the ladies wild. I go like this, start going like this, and I bring it down. And then depending on how attractive the girl is, I go right in here, and then I bring it right back up, and I go... you do the old smell. The smell is the key. That's the one that, you're gonna get the raunchiest of girls are gonna like that one.
Life?
God, I've been pondering the questions of existence for a long time. And quoth the unsounded alarm, I am yet of no opinion.
Be a paradox. You don't need to necessarily make sense. You can be serious and a joke at the same time. You can go left and right at the same time. You can go up and down at the same time. Don't be too concerned about making sense to people. Just be yourself, because nobody really makes sense.
Brown, 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 brown,
Do you like Manowar?
Everybody likes Manowar, even if they don't know it.
Hát ennyi volt, gyerekek, tényleg sajnos, viszont nagyon szépen szeretném megköszönni az eddigi nem lakadó figyelmet. Írjatok sokat, járjatok koncertre, mi is fogunk menni, iszunk veletek minél többet, és reméljük, hogy tavasszal tudunk megint majd találkozni, hogyha a körülmények ismét adottak lesznek. Bon voyage!
Ja. Hát ti voltok az egyetlen, aki kérdezősködik a rockzenéről.
You're watching Catanation.
I am Greg from the Dillinger Escape Plan.
This is the Bloodhound Gang.
I am Benji, I sing for Skindred, and you're watching Cartoon Age.
Captain Asia.